Hello and welcome. My name's Nicole, and I'm here to guide you through a nice morning practice. So, today's practice is all about balance and the feet's role in balance. So, we're going to be looking at a lot of different things with the feet and hopefully having some fun along the way. So, this class also includes moon salutations instead of sun salutations, as we are in the new moon, as well as the summer solstice coming up tomorrow. So, I hope you enjoy. Let's get started. You may need 2 blocks for this class and maybe a blanket. So just have those props handy, and if you don't have the props, you can use pillows or blankets from around the house, and that'll be just fine. So we're going to start in a seated position. Feel free to sit up onto a blanket or a block so that you can really find yourself sitting comfortably, allowing the hips to be just slightly above the knees, so the knees are moving toward the floor. And then rub your hands together. Start to create a little bit of heat between the palms. Take an inhale and an exhale. And again, inhale and exhale. One more time, inhale. Let it go through the mouth. And then settle your hands to the center. Thumbs touching the sternum. Close your eyes. Relax your shoulders down and away. See if you can make the spine light and long, sitting up tall. With your eyes soft, take your gaze toward your third eye space, softening the eyes inward and upward. And now focus on your breath. If possible, just move the breath through the nose, sealing the lips lightly. So take this time as a way to start to move away from all the external things that are happening and begin to go inward. We can use these first few moments just to really start to tune in with ourselves, start to pay attention to what's happening in your body and what's happening in your mind. So notice if the mind today is very active and the thoughts are just running around like crazy. Notice if the body feels stiff, tight, open, loose. And just notice without needing to fix, without needing to do anything, but be with yourself. Notice how the breath moves in and out all on its own without any effort from you. But also notice that you can begin to deepen the breath. Notice that the exhale maybe even is a little longer than the inhale as you push that last bit of air out, feeling the belly button move back toward the spine. A few more rounds like this. Just know that as we move into different poses today, our main focus will just be on the breath, seeing if we can continue this really smooth, steady, rhythmic inhale and exhale. Taking one more inhale where you are. Release the hands if you had them in prayer. Bring the hands down to the knees now. Blink the eyes open a few times. And come off the blanket if you sat up onto the blanket. Just start to move yourself around in circles now with the breath. Exhaling as you come back. Inhaling as you circle around toward the right knee, move over to the left, and back. So a few more times. And take the opposite direction as well. Back to center, sit up tall, and then lean back, switch the crossing of the legs. We're just going to take a look at the feet for a moment. So see if you can pick up your foot that's in front, and just holding onto the ankle, circle the foot around, circle the ankle a few times. Try to get your fingers in between your toes. And circle the ankle that way. You can also hold underneath the calf. Point and flex a few times. And then just give your foot a little massage. Wake it up. So notice your feet right now. Notice if you have high arches in your feet. Maybe you have more of a flat foot. So all of these things, they make a difference in our standing poses. And so we just want to check in with our feet, take the other one as well. Start to wake them up, start to pay attention to what pains might be there or where you feel stiffness. This is just starting to bring awareness to the feet. Massage. Shake them out. And then when you're ready, go ahead and come to hands and knees. Your hands and your knees, make sure that your shoulders are stacking over your elbows and your elbows are stacking over your wrists, spreading the fingers wide. Stack the hips over the knees and then just move side to side. Wagging your tail. Waking up the hips, waking up the spine. Come back to center. Let your next inhale drop the belly as you lift the sit bones of the crown of the head. Fill the lungs, exhale around as you push into the mat. Push the upper back toward the ceiling, tuck the chin, tuck the tail. Inhale, arching, filling the lungs, and exhale round, tuck the chin. Take a few more rounds, moving with the breath. Maybe the next time you arch, tuck the 10 toes under, push into the toes. One more, inhale, arching, and exhale, rounding. feet back to neutral. If you did tuck the 10 toes under, release them so the tops of the feet are flat. Stabilize yourself evenly through both hands, both knees, shins, and feet. Press evenly through them. And then on your next inhale, take the left leg out behind you and the right arm out behind you at the same time. So inhale, reaching long. Exhale, set them both down. Inhale, switching sides. And exhale, set it down. Keep that going with your breath now. And it's really not about how fast you can go, but about how stable you can be. So can you continue this without a bunch of shifting or wobbling? Just a few more each side. Each time, reach a little longer. Tuck the chin in slightly so the back of the neck is long as well. 2 more each side. When you come down, now, this last time, keep the hands where they are, tuck the 10 toes under, and bring your feet back into plank pose, like the top of a push-up. But have the feet a little wider than the hips, so wide leg plank. If this becomes too much anytime, just put the knees down. Hold and breathe, keeping the neck long, chin slightly tucked. Not too much longer. Push the floor away. Inhale. Now exhale. Push back. Downward facing dog. Maybe with the knees a little bent at first. Take a moment to pedal the feet. Pushing the floor away with the hands and hugging those biceps in toward your ears, letting them roll up toward the ceiling slightly. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And then inhale, come up to the tiptoes. On your exhale, let your heels lean to the right, feet move to the right like a little ski jumper. Bend your knees. Inhale back to the tiptoes. Exhale, pivot the feet to the right. Take a little squat. Inhale back to the toes. Exhale, bend the knees into bear pose. Look at your hands. The squat happening, pull the low belly in. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale up to the toes. Exhale at the heels, release. Downward facing dog. Big breath in. And big exhale out. Inhale, rise to the toes. Exhale, bend the knees, look to the hands. Step your feet to your hands. The feet hip distance, pause and forward fold. And shake the head yes and no. Let the arms release fully if you can. You can keep the knees slightly bent here. Letting your belly rest on your thighs. Check out your feet for a moment and just notice if you are placing most of the weight into your heels. Leaning way back into the heels. See if you can shift slightly forward into the ball of the foot. Evening out the weight. Just a couple more breaths. Last inhale. And as you exhale, bring your hands to Put your shins right below your knees. Inhale and press halfway up so your spine gets long, like you're unfolding. Stay for the exhale. Inhale again. And exhale, hands to the waist, rise all the way to standing. From that standing position now, check in with the feet again. So look down, take the feet hip distance apart, and turn all 10 toes straight forward. If you have high arches, you may need to turn your toes slightly in and have the heels slightly out. So really shift the weight forward into the front part of your feet and now backward into your heels. And do that a few times, forward and back. And just notice when you want to start gripping, when you feel like you're going to fall, and now go side to side. Now find the evenness in your feet so that you're pressing down through the mound of the big toe, the mound of the pinky toe, and the center of the heel. Take the arms down by your sides for mountain pose, Tadasana. We'll be coming back to this and the idea of this blueprint pose over and over again. So being able to feel the feet here grounded, and then from that grounded place, you can feel the rebound happening through the rest of the body as it rises. Keep the spine light and long. Now inhale, take the arms up overhead, stretch tall, look up toward the thumbs, and lengthen all the way from your feet to your fingertips. Drop your shoulders away from your ears, full breath in and out. As you exhale, bring the hands to heart center. And release the hands by the sides. Again, inhale, take the arms out and up, look up, lengthen. And exhale, bring the hands right to the heart center. Let's move on to our moon salutations. Bring your hands out in front of you as if you're offering a little plate down in front of your heart. So we're going to go slow the first time, and then we'll pick it up and move a little faster for the second round. As you're ready, inhale, take the arms out and around into the low back. Exhale, the hand from the low back, press down into the feet. Inhale, lift up through the heart. Exhale, squeeze elbows, push the hips forward. Inhale, release as you come back around, fold forward, and soft forward fold with the knees bent. Inhale, step the left foot back. And exhale, drop the knee. Inhale, lift the knee back up. Exhale, plant the left hand onto the floor. Inhale, sweep the right arm around as you turn the right toes and turn onto the outer edge of the left foot. The arm comes up. And as you exhale, look back toward the back foot. The right hand goes back. Inhale, sweeping around. Exhale, back. One more time, inhale to the lunge and exhale, back. Inhale back to the lunge and then crawl around so that the left leg is straight and the right knee is bent, and switch. Bending left knee, straightening right leg. Switch again. Movement going. Next time you go toward the left, crawl around into a lunge on the left side. Pausing here. Step back, plank pose on your inhale. And lower down, exhale. Inhale for a rolling cobra. Just roll one shoulder up and roll back down. Do that 2 more times. Inhaling. Exhaling, the floor away. Push back, downward facing dog. Lift the left leg up again as you inhale. Step the left foot forward. Step the back foot to the front foot. Inhale as you lengthen out halfway. Exhale as you fold in. Inhale, rising to stand, reach the arms out and around. And bringing them back right through the heart center and back open. Side one. Inhale, out and open. Exhale, hands below back. Ground here. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, reach out. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, step the right foot back. Exhale, lower the right knee down. Inhale, plant the right hand now. Exhale, swing the left arm around as you turn the toes out. Bring the arm up and back. Exhale, take the arm toward the back foot. Inhale, swing back to the lunge. Exhale. More times. Last one, inhale. And exhale. Coming back to the lunge, inhale. Crawl around. Exhale as you bend the right knee. Moving side to side. When you come back to the right now, crawl around to the lunge. Inhale. Step back to plank. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, rolling up to cobra. Exhale, rolling down. Take two more. Push the floor away. Downward facing dog. Right leg lifting. Inhale. Exhale, step it through. Inhaling here and exhale, step the back foot to the front foot, forward fold. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, bring the hands back through heart center. Pause and breathe. And let's take round two, same thing. Inhale, open up. Exhale, hands to the back. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, dive forward. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, left foot back. Exhale, sink low. Inhale, sweep the arm around. Exhale, arm to the back foot. Inhale to the front. Exhale to the back. Inhale to the front. Exhale to the back. Inhale, back to the lunge. Exhale, crawl around. Inhale, side to side. Inhaling. And exhale, crawl around to the left foot. Turn that into a lunge. Step back, plank pose on the inhale. And exhale, lower. Inhale, cobra. And exhale, downward dog. Inhale, left leg is lifting. Exhale, step it through. Inhale in the lunge. Exhale, back foot to front foot, forward fold. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands through the center. Inhale, take the arms out and open. Exhale, ground down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, dive in. Inhale, Right foot steps back. Exhale, sink the hips. Inhale, take the left arm forward. Exhale, take the left arm to the back foot. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale to the back. Once more, inhale forward. Exhale to the back. Inhale, back to the lunge. Roll around to the right foot. And just flow side to side. Rolling around to the right foot now. Inhale in the lunge. Exhale, step back. Take a breath, plank. Exhale, lower. Release the toes. Inhale, cobra. As you roll up and roll down 3 times. On the 3rd time, maybe hold. Maybe come into upward facing dog. And exhale. Downward facing dog. Lift the right leg up. Inhaling here. Exhale to step it through. Inhale. Exhale. Step the back foot to the front foot. Forward fold. Inhale. Rise to stand. And exhale. Bring the hands from heart center. Pausing and breathing. Your heart beating against your thumbs. Checking in with those feet again, noticing if you've got that firm, steady, even foundation. Taking those feet a little bit wider than the hip distance. So we have nice stability there. And then sit back into the heels for Utkatasana, chair pose. And leave the arms out in front for this one. So for a moment, let your butt stick way out, and then tuck the tailbone under slightly. Feel the low belly engage. You're still weight even in the feet, even though it's harder here. Almost there. Take a breath. And exhale. Stand up. One more time. Touch the fingertips to the ground, then bring the arms out in front, chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale from halfway up. And exhale. Step back to plank pose. Inhale at the top. Exhale for a regular vinyasa, lowering down, maybe stopping in chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe. Checking out the feet here in downward facing dog. Hide the heels if possible so that the toes are slightly in, the heels are slightly out. The heels reach for the floor, whether or not they actually make it. The arms hugging in, and the shoulders moving down, away from the ears. And from here, inhale the right leg up. Exhale, bring the knee toward the nose. Step the foot up between the hands. Sink the hips nice and low. Find stability in your feet. Notice that back heel is lifted and you're right on the ball of your toes. And that front foot, see if you can press evenly into the front foot as well. Sinking the hips on your next inhale, come all the way up. Press and pose. And just pause. Find your breath. If your feet are too much on a balance beam, then this pose is going to be difficult to balance. So you take your feet just a little wider apart. Reach the arms up. Last breath. Exhale, take the hands down. Leave the left hand where it is. We're going to take side plank. So leave the left hand where it is. Roll to the outside edge of the left foot. Let the right toes turn out to the right also. That feels pretty stable. You can wiggle the foot down toward the other foot. Maybe leave it as a kickstand. Or perhaps stack the feet. Flex the feet so that the toes are moving back towards you for the full version. Breathing here, lift the hips away from the floor by pushing into that bottom hand. Make sure that right hip, that top hip, is not falling backwards. One more breath. Inhale, reach up a little higher. And exhale, take both hands down. Flow through vinyasa, or just push back, downward facing dog. Find the steadiness in your down dog. Find the rest if it's there. And then inhale the left leg up. Exhale, bring the knee to the nose, step the foot between the hands. Pause in your lunge, sink the hips down. Stabilize the feet, making sure they're not on a balance beam. A little bit of width between them. Press down through the feet. Inhale, rise up through the upper body. And the stability of the legs and the feet and the hips create length from the spine. Extend the spine up and long. And then create some width across the collarbones. Take the arms wide. Now take the arms up. Look up. Go lungs. Inhaling here. And exhale, take both hands down. Plant the right palm underneath the right shoulder. Turn to the outer edge of the right foot now, and heel toe, wiggle the left foot more toward the center of your mat. Stay with the kickstand version, or keep moving the foot down to meet the right. Stack the feet, flex the toes. And if this is a little bit too unbalanced, bring the top foot in front. Reach up. Last inhale. Inhale, roll to plank. Exhale, flow through vinyasa or push back, downward facing dog. Remember, if you need a little break, just bring the knees down, sit back onto the heels, rest the forehead. In child's pose. 3 more breaths wherever you are. Downward facing dog. If you're not there yet, maybe meet us back here for another flow. From your downward facing dog, lift up onto your toes. Inhaling here. Fill the belly, fill the lungs. Exhale, bend your knees, look to your hands. And at the end of the exhale, hop your feet forward or step your feet forward. Inhale to lengthen your spine halfway. Exhale to fold in, forward fold. Inhale, rise up, flat back, come up to stand. Exhale, take the hands to the heart center. Alright, separating the feet again, hip distance, net down through the feet. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, release the hands down by the sides. Inhale, pick up the right foot. And exhale, step out, goddess pose. Taking the toes slightly out. They don't have to be turned all the way open, but just toes slightly out, heels slightly in. They sink down. Take the hands to the inner knees. And just for a moment, let your right shoulder drop. Left shoulder drop. Back to center. Let sink down nice and low. Pick up the toes, spread the toes. Feel your feet engage. And then let the toes release down, still nice and spread. Okay, take the hands away from the knees. Bring the hands to heart center. And let the tailbone start to sink down here so that the pelvis comes into neutral. So we're looking to see if we can stay calm no matter what comes up. We can just maintain that smooth, steady rhythm of the breath. Last inhale. And exhale. Now inhale, straighten the legs and straighten the arms for star pose. Just taking the arms out. Keep the legs strong and active. Just feel the openness here. Feel the feet pressing down firmly through every part. They're so stable, so grounded. One more breath in. And now shifting the feet so that the left toes come in and the right toes turn all the way out and open now. And you might have to widen your feet just a little bit. Take the arms out and exhale, warrior two. Adjusting the feet as necessary. And really for this straight leg, see how you can press into the pinky side edge of that back foot to lift the inner arch slightly. And with the front foot, see if you can keep pressing into the outer edge of the heel slightly, just so that that knee continues to roll open. One more full breath in and out. And take the back hand to the back thigh, turn the right palm up, straighten the leg, and reverse triangle. This is all about length and space. Create as much space and length as you can. One more big inhale. And as you exhale, bend that knee again, front knee, windmill the hands down. Turn the back foot onto the toes. And then step that back foot in about a foot. So that the back foot is flat, and the front foot is flat, and both the toes are facing forward. The left hip pulls in toward the front, and the right hip tacks back. Pyramid pose. You can use your blocks here as well. So first come halfway up as you inhale. Try to keep those hips in line with each other, and exhale, fold into the front leg. Drop the head, tuck the chin slightly. Inhale, come halfway up again. Bend the back knee slightly, and as you exhale, step onto the front foot and lift the back leg to the sky. Doesn't matter how high it goes, just keep the leg, both legs, as straight as you can. And now see if you can take one hand away from the ground and hold on to your ankle. Maybe try taking the other hand away as well. And just notice what happens to that bottom foot. It wants to start playing a little wobbling game with you. And so see if you can press down evenly through the foot. Take another breath. Exhale, release the leg. Left foot next to right. Forward fold. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise to stand. Exhale, hands to the heart center. Let's do the other side. Pick up the left knee now, step out, goddess pose. Taking the toes slightly out, heels slightly in. Let's take the fingers, interlace them behind the back. Now squeeze the shoulder blades together and push the knuckles down. As you do this, notice if your front ribs really want to pop out. See if you can soften those front ribs in so that you're connecting the front ribs to the hip bones, moving them toward each other. Pick up the toes, spread the toes, place the toes back down. One more inhale, one more exhale. And inhale, come up. Star pose, feel the strength. Feel the expansiveness. And now shift the left toes straight out. The right toes come in. Take the arms out. Warrior two. After you adjust and you find your stance, then find a little stillness. Take the gaze over the left middle finger. So balance is really about, can I stay calm no matter what might try to throw me off? We can practice that here even with both feet on the floor. One more inhale, one more exhale. Inhale, straighten the front leg, reach back, reverse triangle. Inhale. Exhale, windmill the hands down, either side of the left foot. Pop the right foot onto the toes. Step the right foot forward, cup a foot or so. Both toes turn forward. Right hip now goes forward. Left hip pushes back. Inhale to lengthen the spine, come halfway up. And exhale, fold in, pyramid pose. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, bend the back knee. Lift the back leg as you step up to the front leg, standing split. And try out that balance if you like. Just see what happens. You can be playful with it, as the goal is really no goal at all. Just to try and see how it feels. Take another breath. Exhale, release the leg, right foot next to left. Squat down onto your tippy toes and balance here on your tiptoes. Bringing your hands to heart center. Do your best to keep the shins, or the thighs, I should say, parallel to the floor. Lift up through the heart, the shoulders relax down. Big breath in and out. One more in. As you come out, roll slowly back onto your sit bones. Lift the feet up. Navasana, boat pose. Flex the feet back toward you now, with the mounds of the big toes touching and a slight gap between the heels. Keep the heart lifting. Thighs engaged. Take another full breath in and out. Now we're rock back onto our backs, keeping our knees tucked in tightly. And a few times rock and roll till you can come all the way to standing. Grab your block. We're going to try one pose on the block before we start to move into our cool down. So place your right foot on the block and make sure it's really steady. Step onto the block and come up, bringing the knee up. And scooch back a bit. And then go ahead and see if you can bring the foot into tree pose, whether that be down your ankle here, or maybe moving up the shin below the knee, or if you can reach down, grab your ankle, and move the foot to the inner thigh. Okay, so the foot is important here. Both feet are important in this pose. The bottom foot is pressing down evenly. You can feel that outer shin having to hug in as the inner arch lifts up. The bottom foot, the top foot, you really got to press into the inner thigh just as firmly as you're pressing into that block on the bottom. And try taking the arms up. A little more fun on the block because it challenges the balance. Maybe you can see it as fun. When you're ready to release, come down. Shake out that foot. Try both sides. Maybe on this side you want to try coming down right into tree pose. So standing, pressing up. There, bringing it up a little higher. So the idea is that everything is hugging to the middle line, pressing. That's why it helps to have the hands at the heart center, just to remind you everything to that center line. Take the arms up if you like, maybe even take the gaze up. Inhale, take the arms up. Lengthen, exhale, fold into the legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale. Take a vinyasa or just step right back, downward facing dog. And when you get there, lift the right leg as you inhale. Exhale to move into pigeon pose on the right. Bring the right knee behind the right wrist. Take the shin diagonal on the mat. Scoot that leg back, back, and back. Take a look back, just make sure your back leg, your foot is in line with your hip. And for this first part, we're going to stay up tall with the pigeon pose. And so this is where your props could come in handy. If your right hip is way off the floor, take your blanket and just wedge it underneath your hip. Give you a little bit more support. Stay up nice and tall. You can notice here that a gentle back bend is happening. Keep the foot flexed here if possible. The toes moving back toward the shin. And press that pinky side edge of the foot gently into the mat. So we're engaging the legs here. We're not just flopping into it. One more breath as you stay nice and lifted. Inhale. And as you exhale now, go ahead and crawl forward any amount that feels good for you. You have props, so you can prop yourself up. You want to go to the deeper expression here. We're going to take a twist as well. So you'll take the left hand, thread it underneath the right arm. Take your left shoulder and your left cheek to the floor. Let's come back to that smooth, deep breath, even though we're now moving slower. Try not to let go of the awareness of your breath, the awareness of being in the moment, instead of allowing your mind to wander away to other things. Last inhale, and exhale to start to come out. Press into the back toes, lift the back leg. Let's slide that leg out of there, up to one leg, down dog. Open the hip, bend the knee. And switch sides, right or left leg lifting up. And then exhale to bring the knee forward. Take the right leg back. Again, you need a little wedge under your hip. Place that there. Take the hands by the front knee. Lift the heart. Open across the collarbones. Maybe even lift the chin. Inhaling. And exhale, start to come forward any amount that feels good for you. Perhaps threading right arm underneath left. Start to make your way out slowly, coming back to downward facing dog. Lift that left leg. Open the hip, bend the knee. And release. Bring the knees to the floor. Bring the legs all the way through now. Come onto your back. Your block if you have your block, and just slide it right under your sacrum for supported bridge. Leaving the feet hip distance apart, and you can really take the block any level that feels good. So you can start on this lowest level, and that feels like not quite enough. Let's move it to the second level. Usually that is enough. I don't usually take it to the highest level if it doesn't feel as stable to me. Up to you. When you find your back bend here, it's very passive back bend. So you may just let yourself rest, the whole weight of your body resting on the block. Just feel your hips slightly above your heart. Two more full breaths in and out. Now press into your feet. Lift your hips off the block. Release the block and let your spine roll down one vertebrae at a time. When it gets there, take the feet as wide as your mat. Take your arms out like a cactus. Inhale in the center here and exhale. Drop your knees over to the left and turn your head to the right. unwind, release all the effort. Inhale, come back to center with the knees and the head. Exhale, turn the head to the left, drop the knees to the right. Coming back to center with the knees and the head one last time. Bring the soles of the feet together. Let the knees come open now for Supta Baddha Konasana. Take one hand to the belly, one hand to the heart. So we'll take our Shavasana here, and if this isn't comfortable for you, feel free to straighten out the legs, lay flat on the back, or take any other position that's comfortable for you. So at this point, you can let go of all effort of the muscles, all effort of the breath, all effort of the mind, and just rest and enjoy the effects of all the hard work and effort that you've done. So let's take a few minutes in Shavasana. Begin to bring your awareness back now. Feel your fingers and your toes. Circle your ankles, your wrists. Bring the feet together, take the arms up overhead. Give yourself a nice stretch. Roll over onto your right side. Pause in the fetal position. When you feel ready, press yourself up to seated. And gathering your hands together. Thank you for showing up this morning. Thank yourself for showing up as well. Such a lovely time to practice together on this new moon, summer solstice. So I hope you can leave feeling balanced, free, and light. May the long-time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within